bro.
They want to see his dick, huh?
I got something though. You got something, Kasar?
You gotta save the video because it's about to cut off.
God. Keep on going, bro.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, I got something.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras 15 and 48. It says 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee. You know, like a flower that dries up. That's how America's gonna be, man. Because, and you see that in that movie, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, where Sarah Connor gets burnt when she's on that fence. We always bring out that that visual aid because that's what's gonna happen when the heat comes, that fervent heat that it speaks about in the book of Peter. You know, that's the end game. The Lord is gonna use. The scriptures tell you that they shall be taken in the devices of their own hands, roughly paraphrasing. So what these goddamn devils devised, you know, their new world order, all right, their order out of chaos, you know, to put people in concentration camps and behead people. Man, they don't know that this is all, you know, the will of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Okay, but they're gonna get taken head first in their counsel, you know, and it's not gonna come to naught, you know, but you know, that's the Lord for you to make a beautiful movie like that, to where, you know, the things that they created, their plan, it's gonna be unfoiled. It's not gonna come to pass, man. It says, and thy glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower when the heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. It says, what 53, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead when thou was drunken, set forth thy beauty of thy countenance. All right, because that's what they did, man. They put their hand against the children of the Most High. You know, that's what all these nations did. All these nations had a hand in our captivity, so the Lord's going to repay them for what they did, man. By what? By starting a World War III and using, you know, his weapons, because those are the Lord's weapons. It tells you that in the book of Jeremiah, man. The Lord opens up his armory. Yeah, the Lord's going to use, you know, people see, these devils think that they made everything, that they stole everything because they're strong and they're wise, but really it's the Heavenly Father that put upon them to do all these things, man. The Lord is the ultimate puppet master. That's what you devils don't understand.
Hey, the scripture says I created the smith, man. So like the brother said, ultimately these are all the Lord's weapons, man. You know, he got something?
I got something, bro, real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that's made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. You know, if you think about it, famine and death, you know, war always brings those conditions in the planet Earth, man.
You're right, bro.
War, you know, you got limbs missing, you got infections, you got all kinds of disease popping up off war, man. So these are the things that are coming with this great world war, man. You know, because, hey, this war that's going to be fought, man, ain't going to be like any other war, man. You know, these people in America ain't ready for it, man. Hey, you go back World War II, man, it's going to be like at that level, but just on steroids, man.
Yeah.
You know, because World War II was bad, bro, but this war, hey, they said it if you ever watch a movie about World War II or World War I, they always say, hey, there's never been a war like this. You know, there was never a war like this. You know, and they said that about World War I, and then they said it again about World War II. You know, but this war, World War III, is gonna be even worse, man. You know what? I think it was that devil Albert Einstein said, hey, World War I was fought with guns. World War II with, I think he says sticks and you know, pretty much saying that World War III is gonna be fought with sticks and rocks, man, because of the great destruction.
No, he said World War IV.
Oh, World War IV.
Because after World War III, the destruction is gonna be so great that all you're gonna have left is sticks and rocks to fight with, man.
Yeah, you see.
You know, so that just goes into saying that the great destruction that the next World War is gonna bring upon this earth, man. Why? Because it's gonna be on a like the brother said, on a whole nother level, on a whole different scale, man. A nuclear scale, man. Or fervent heat, like it says in the book of Peter, man.
Hey, just ask them fucking Japanese, man. These Ammonites. You know, when that bomb dropped on them, and that was just an atomic bomb.
Yeah, the
bro.
atomic bomb, huh?
You know, these nuclear weapons, you know, these hydrogen bombs, they're like hundreds of times stronger than that little atomic bomb, man. And just look at what the destruction that atomic bomb caused, man. Motherfuckers were, you know, their flesh melted off their bones, man.
Yep.
You know, pretty much. Hey, there's an account. There's a documentary, bro. Pretty much, the shadows of the people were imprinted into the buildings,
the
bro.
walls, yeah.
Because of
That's crazy,
that extreme heat, man.
That's crazy.
Well, I got this real quick, bro. This is Joel 2:28. But I will remove far off from you the northern army. You know, that's going into America, man. Because like I brought up earlier, man. You know, there was a article that came out that pretty much America is getting ready to send. You know, well, not getting ready, you know, but it's an option. It's in the table that they want to send 120,000 troops to the Middle East, man. You know, to combat that Iranian situation, man. So this is pretty much this prophecy being fulfilled, man. But we know it's gonna be on a much larger scale, you know, where literally the whole American military is gonna be out there, man. You know, the draft is gonna come back to America, man. You know, a lot of these kids, you know, these 18-year-olds. They're going to get drafted and get sent to war, and they're never going to come back, man. Okay? But I will remove from far off from you the northern army and will drive him into a land barren and desolate. You know, that's going into Saudi Arabia, man, right there in the valley of Armageddon. And with his face toward the east sea and his hinder parts toward the utmost sea. And his sting shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things. You know, so that's just giving you a description that this army of America is going to be taken into the barren land, man, to fight a war, the war of Armageddon. You know, I got this real quick, though, just to back up the point. You know, that these kids aren't coming back, man. These military men, these mighty men, you know, these jarheads, they ain't coming back, man. They ain't coming back like they did in Vietnam, Iraq, you know, where they'll send back the bodies, man. These people, they're not gonna, you know, they're gonna be laying there and no one's gonna bury them till the elite, you know, till we come back in power. That's gonna be the first job of these elites, man, to bury them dead bodies. All right, well, this is Revelations 19 and 18. That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free, bond, and both small and great. You know, that's the promise that the Lord gave to these birds, man, because these birds are going to have a feast when all this shit happens, man. You know, all these, they're going to be munching on these mass bodies, man, because there's going to be millions of fucking corpses, bro. You know, you got it, bro. I
got one. This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time, because, you know, just going into that, because it's going to come, man, there's going to come a time upon the earth, man, and that's what we're speaking about. You know, we're you know, the Lord has put the Spirit upon us to speak about these things, you know, not only for us to get ready, but to also to warn the people. At that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. See, the angels stand for the Israelites, man. The angels are going to come back and beam up the Israelites in the chariots, man. These devils know that. These devils know the angels are out there, you know, but they want to hide it from you Jakes. It says, of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. Right. So it's going to be a time, man, and it's coming. It's basically here. The scriptures say, be as one is waiting for his Lord. So we have to be waiting, man. You know, whatever affliction, whatever you go through, man, you know, you have to pray. You know what I'm saying? Be with the brothers, man. Get into the scriptures, do the work. You know, stay in tune as much as possible with the Spirit, man. Broadcast this truth, like my man Will Smith in I Am Legend. You know, broadcast, you know, this to whoever can receive it, man. You know, because we do it for ourselves and our families, but we also do it for others, man. Because if we didn't care about people, we wouldn't say anything. That's Jake in the world. They don't give a damn. They're not valuing for the truth. They won't, you know, put their neck on the line and say something. But we're out here saying something, man. We're telling you that the Lord's coming back, man. And there's gonna be a war. There's gonna be a famine. There's pestilence. There's, you know, gonna be poverty. There's gonna be the sword. You know, these devils are coming for you, man. But the Lord's gonna be with us. It says, it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Right. So if you die, you know what I'm saying, and you're part of the elect, man, you're gonna wake up to everlasting life. But if you're not part of the elect, man, you're gonna be ashamed in the kingdom, man. You're gonna know that you're not part of the elect. The elect's gonna stand out.
Because you,
You know?
receive it,
Yep.
You were not part of that first, what does it say, that first
First
resurrection?
dominion.
The first dominion,
Yeah,
bro,
that first con.
They had to taste, they had to be part of it by death, They had to, pretty much had to die to be good in the kingdom, man, because we know all Israel's coming back, man, through the loins of the elect, man,
Yeah,
but they couldn't get it this time around, man. Only the elect and the 1/3 are going to be saved through, be safe from the hellhole that's coming to this place, man.
Right, and that's like the most important. That's the most important thing you could fight for in life, man. That's the most important thing that you could die for. Standing up for to be with the Heavenly Father, man. What is out here? We've learned that out here ain't nothing but destruction, man. The ways of death, the ways of sin is death. So roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, come.
You got it, right?
That's it for me, bro. You got something on?
No, I'm cool.
Yeah, but with that, brothers, we pray the lesson was edifying. I want to say Barak Yahawah,
Barak
Yahawah.
Barak Yahawashi,
Barak Yahawashi.
Barak Yahawah,
Barak Yahawah.
Barak Yahawashi,
Barak Yahawashi.
Call halal Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi.
Call halal Yahawah.
Call halal Yahawah.
Shalom.
Shalom.